that pocket and roll to avoid the rush as it's going to be coming on him very quick tonight. Just be able to make those passes on the run. Going over to the Redmond side of things, well, going with someone that probably you wanted to go with, Griffin Kugler. He's been doing a good job on offense at a wide receiver spot, been getting a few receptions here the last couple games. He's slowly, I think, starting to become that receiver that the Redmen need on the outside that they had in Brett Meyer last year. He's a big, tall wide receiver. He's got good hands. We've seen it last year. He went up in the air, last game against Republic County, went up in the air, picked one right up out of the air, landed and took off downfield with it. So he's going to have to be able to come back to that quarterback and give Trenton Colby a little bit of help there. And then as a defensive back, he's going to have to be able to make sure that he's guarding whoever Nick Davenport is trying to look at, make sure that he's where he can make a play on that ball and fight it up at the top of the key, not get in trouble, not get burnt deep. So I think those two players are good ones to watch here in this game tonight.
I agree. Griffin, he's shown the moments. He's shown why, as a sophomore, Coach Sass already trusts him on the outside. He's had Trenton Colby out there. He's had Reese Buckmaster out there. He's got three guys that could play quarterback or wide receiver. What a luxury that is. He could just kind of rotate him out, and we've seen that this year. Trenton starts at quarterback. Reese is out at wide receiver. They switch. Griffin comes in at wide receiver. Sometimes he goes in at quarterback. Trenton Colby goes out to wide receiver. So it's an offense that works for the Redmen. They don't pass a whole lot anyway, but Trenton Colby, he's showing why he's kind of taken over as a starting quarterback. When he does throw, it's a beautiful ball. Like last week when he hit Aaron Moss for that 20-yard touchdown, he dropped that one in a bucket. All Aaron had to do was turn around, and it was already right there in his hands. And Trenton's shown why he's taken over as a starting quarterback.
And that pass to Aaron Moss was perfectly put. You know, like you said, he just had to turn his around, and there it was. And his arms didn't have to extend it. Aaron Moss just kind of put his arms out and is right there in front of his chest. Good place to put a ball. Moss was able to grab it, put it into his chest, make sure that he could control it and get into the end zone. So, I mean, Trenton Colby's doing a good job. You're looking at all those players that can rotate like that. Reese Buckmaster, Trenton Colby, Griffin Kugler. I'm sure Coach Sass has some trick plays up his sleeve with that kind of rotation.
You're hoping anyway.
I'm hoping. I do hope. He's shown that he does have a few. He doesn't have to bring them out very often. But tonight, in this situation, you may see one of them come out.
And you mentioned Nick Davenport. We're talking a lot about him because he deserves it. He's been the leader of this team. He's the starting quarterback. He's a starting linebacker. He's getting colleges looking at him. There's a reason why we're saying Nick Davenport so much. It's not just him, though. He's got the backs and Luke Parks and Joel Kame. He's got the wide receivers. He can't do it all by himself, but we've been impressed every time we've seen Nick Davenport, no matter what the sport.
He is a very good athlete across the board, and I'm sure Ell-Saline are loving to have him in his senior year here. As, like you said, he deserves the talk that we give him in every sense of respect that you can give him. He is a good quarterback. He is a good player in basketball, track. Like I said, Ell-Saline, glad to have him here.
As we're watching the coin toss going on right now, it looks like out there for the Cardinals is Nick Davenport, Joel Kame, Patrick Gersh, and Reese Jennings. For the Redmen, it is Holbelman along with a Buckmaster. Looks like Trenton Colby out there and Ethan Peterson as well, I think. Nick Davenport's staying in the way. I can't see the other guy.
Every time he goes to, sway one way, Davenport sways right with him. So they're, mimicking each other, and I can't catch the number either.
Excuse me, it's Peterson and Maxwell, not Colby Benoit out there.
There we go.
It looks like the coin has been flipped. And it looks like he's talking to Nick Davenport. As we are getting set here for this matchup again, the number one team in Class 1A, the Smith Center Redmen, on the road for a district championship shot as they take on the Ell-Saline Cardinals here in Brookville. Robbie, how'd that coin toss look?
Well, it looks like Ell-Saline won it. The handle likes to receive to start the game off, to get that offense out there quickly, trying to get some points put up on the board against this Redmond defense.
All right, we're going to take a quick break for station identification. We'll be back with the opening kickoff from Brookville right after this. You're listening to Redmond Football on 92.5 KQMA. And welcome back to Brookville and Ell-Saline High School. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson as we get set for tonight's matchup. It's the number one team in Class 1A, the Smith Center Redmen, taking on the Ell-Saline Cardinals. Both teams 6-1 on the year. Both teams 2-0 in the districts, and we are getting set. It should be a great game. As Robbie mentioned, Ell-Saline's taking the ball first. They want to see what their offense can do against this Redmen defense. Last year, Robbie, Redmen had 21 points on the board before they even ran a play. So we'll see if the Redmen can get the ball bounced their way again tonight here at Brookville.
Well, I'm sure the Redmen are hoping for that type of situation, as every coach would love to get defensive points up on the board and not even have your offense touch the field. But for some reason, I don't think it'll happen here again tonight. But stranger things have happened. I'm normally wrong on these types of things. But either way, the Redmen looking to get that defense fired up and get them going quickly here off this kickoff, maybe to play a few hard hits.
Well, Lambert's kick goes deep down to the 15. That's Peterson. Peterson's up to the 20, and he's going to be drugged down. Fumble on the play, and nope, they are going to say that he's down. As Trayton Peterson had it, and Ethan Peterson brought him down. So Peterson on Peterson crime there.
Well, Ethan Peterson got down there quickly and just gave a little spin, got him to the ground, and ball popped out. Ethan Peterson quickly down there making a big hit.
So it is 1st and 10 for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. Ball at their own 22-yard line, and we'll see what the Ell-Saline Cardinals can do here against this Redmen defense. 11:55 left to go in this first quarter. First play of the ball game getting set to come up here as Davenport has one man to the left, one to the right. He's in shotgun, has a man to his left and right. He's going to run it off the left side. He's hit quickly. Nothing going there as Ethan Peterson clogs the hole, and it's going to be, see if they move him back. It looks like he lost about a yard on the play.
Not a lot of room there for Davenport. Kind of a broken play, almost looked like maybe should have been an option read type play, but his running back flew past him before he really could get the ball where he needed to, and he just took and tucked it up into his gut, and Ethan Peterson read it perfectly and got there. It hit his legs. Davenport went down before anybody else could really get there.
Peterson split out to the left. Kramer to the right. Pistol set here for Davenport. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Parks. Parks right up the middle, stays on his feet, and he's going to get across the 25 up to about the 27-yard line.
Parks got tripped up as he hit the line of scrimmage, able to kind of keep his feet for a couple extra yards, then just kind of bear crawl his way to get those yards that he needed.
Is Abel getting credited for the tackle for the Redmen. It looks like here comes in with the play. Going to be Owen Bradley. 10:50 left to go in our first quarter. 0-0 is our score. Third play of the ball game as Nick Davenport comes out. Kramer to the left. Peterson to the right. Davenport in shotgun. Goes with the hard count. There's the snap. He runs the option play and it's blown up as Davenport passes it off. Incomplete pass. What a great job there. And now we have a flag on the play.
That was a great read by Davenport. His running back got blown up before he could even get a read in there. Started rolling out and seeing that he had nothing but red helmets coming at him and just launched that out over top of people.
See what this flag is all about as it came in kind of late. And an eligible receiver downfield on the Cardinals. So we'll see. I'm sure that the Redmen going to decline this, bring up fourth down.
That's just one of those plays there. Penalties where it was a run play to start with. Davenport flipped it into a just get rid of it type of situation, and one of his linemen were downfield where they shouldn't have been. It's a hard play for a lineman to read because you don't know what's going on behind you. You wish you had eyes in the back of your head in that situation. But either way, Davenport done the right thing in that situation, though, as he had nothing but red helmets coming at him. It was going to be probably a loss for about 10 to 15 yards.
So, looks like the Redmen do decline. Parks is going to be back to punt. Back to receive the punt for the Redmen is Benoit and Trenton Colby. And it looks like Griffin Kugler going to be the up man. Looks like Parks is standing at about his own 15-yard line, getting set to punt this ball away. 10:33 left to go in the first quarter. Ball is off, end-over-end kick. And Colby Benoit just going to let this one bounce, and it's going to take a Cardinal bounce into Redmen territory all the way inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line.
Right move there by Colby Benoit. He had his Cardinal flying in on him as that ball was kind of coming in awkward at him. Good idea to get out of the way. He came up there like he was going to catch it, seen that he didn't like how it was coming at him, and just jumped out of the way real quick, let the ball go past him, and let the offense get reset instead of maybe trying to catch that, bobbling it as he was in too close. Might have hit the shoulder pads and bounced off, and the Cardinal being right there. So good idea by Benoit on that one.
Looks like there is a flag on the play. We'll see what the flag is all about. Holding on Ell-Saline. I'm sure the Redmen are just probably going to go ahead and decline that and take the ball.
I would if I was them anyways.
Because right now, you're guaranteed the ball.
I would say, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right in this one and them declining this one, so I'll go with that on this play.
Oh, they are going to actually mark it off after the play. So it looks like the Redmen move all the way up to their own 39-yard line is where they start this drive. With 10:22 left to go in the first quarter, the Smith Center Redmen have the ball. First play of the ball game for the Smith Center Redmen. Reese Buckmaster split out to the right. It is going to be Heston Maxwell, Colby Benoit, and Ethan Peterson in the wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Aaron Massa tied in on the left side. Colby switches the play here. Waits the snap from Montgomery. There's a snap. They're going to go off the left side with Heston Maxwell right up the middle. He's going to get a nice little gain here across the 40 up to about the 43-yard line.
Well, the Redmen have started off here kind of in typical fashion. Fullback dive right through the middle of the line. You can see what they offer us there. And, well, about 3 to 4 yard gain on that one was Maxwell. So Maxwell getting on that road that he's used to going on and just slowly moving that ball methodically.
Looks like they mark him down at the 42. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 after gain of 3. Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby as he awaits the snap from Montgomery. There's the snap. The Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. They hand it off to Maxwell again as he approaches the 45-yard line.
As Ell-Saline defensive line there, they are sucked in tight. The 2 defensive tackles, well, the 3 defensive tackles are probably a yard and a half off, so it's over top of the center and then almost gap, not allowing a lot of room for their fullback to go.
So 3rd down and 4 for the Redmen as Buckmaster split out to the right. Massa tied in on the left side. Once again, Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby as that's Peterson, Maxwell, and Benoit. 3rd down and 4 for the Redmen. There's a snap from Montgomery. They hand it off to Peterson off the left side. He cuts back middle, and he's going to be stood up short of the 1st down marker.
Well, the Redmen trying everything they can to get some extra yards on that, but this Ell-Saline defense doing a great job, hitting low, standing up the running backs, and then just gang tackling after that.
Ball going to be spotted at about the 48-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and a long one short, 2 here for the Redmen, and here comes the Redmen offense. This is the ball at about their own 47.5, 48-yard line. Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap. They're going to come off the right side with Benoit. Benoit off the right side. He's at the 50. He's got a blocker, 45-40. Still on his feet, 35. Cuts back, and he's finally brought down at the 31-yard line. But unfortunately, there is daily laundry on the field.
I believe they're going to get Buckmaster with a holding call there out in open field. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're going with, as Buckmaster had a little bit of jersey on that one, and he's seen the flag fly and kind of threw his hands up in the air.
So that's a 10-yard penalty on the Redmen, their first penalty of the ball game. Of course, Ell-Saline's going to go ahead and accept that. So looks like after he pushes it back, it's going to be at the 45-yard line, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 4 for the Redmen. 8:27 left to go here in this first quarter. 0-0 is our score. This is the first drive for the Redmen offense. They forced a 3-and-out on Ell-Saline's first drive. Now the Redmen looking at 4th down and 4 here in this ball game. Again, 8:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. Or in the first quarter, 0-0 is our score. Here comes the Redmen offense yet again. Reese Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. That's Peterson, Maxwell, and Colby Benoit in the wishbone set. There's a snap from Montgomery. They go off the left side with Colby. Colby has it around the outside, lowers the shoulder. He dives forward, and let's see. Looks like he did pick up enough for the first down, according to the far line judge. But we'll await the official call here as Trenton Colby faked it to Maxwell, faked it to Peterson, kept it around the outside. 1st and 10 for the Smith Center Redmen.
Well, tough run there for Colby, as, well, you said it, gave 2 fakes on that one, got to the outside. This Ell-Saline defense, they're attacking that middle of that offensive line very tough, so it's going to be hard for Maxwell to get anything going. This time, Trenton Colby got to the outside and had some yards.
So 1st and 10 for the Redmen, ball at the 50-yard line. It is Reese Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Aaron Massa tied in on the left side. They come off the right side with Heston Maxwell. He goes right up the middle, and he's going to be pushed back after the gain of about 2 on the play.
Like I said, this Ell-Saline defensive line doing a great job attacking that middle. Their splits are not very much, kind of making it hard for Maxwell to get anything going. The one thing that I'm seeing here is lining up on this far side, as we have the wide receiver right here in front of us for the Redmen. There's about a 10-yard gap, or about 5 to 6 yard gap there between the wide receiver and the defensive back, you might be able to hit a quick pass out there and let your wide receiver just use his moves and his speed to do something with it.
2nd down and 8. Griffin Kugler split out to the right. There's the wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. They hand it off to Colby Benoit. He gets across the 45, up close to the 43-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and about 3 here for the Redmen. Ball at about the 43-yard line. No hash marks on this field, so we have to kind of use our judgment. So we're going to call it the 43-yard line. 6:40 and counting left to go here in the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen and the Ell-Saline Cardinals still tied at 0 as Griffin Kugler comes split out to the right. Aaron Massa tied in on the left side. 3rd and 3 is what the Redmen face with Trenton Colby in the pistol. There's the snap. They hand it off to Ethan Peterson. He goes off the right side. He picks up the 1st down. And let's see.
Kind of a delayed handoff there to Peterson as Trenton Colby, there, got the snap, kind of held up for a second, and then handed it to Peterson. And that allowed that offensive line to open up a hole for Peterson to flip through.
1st and 10 for the Smith Center Redmen. Ball at the Ell-Saline 37-yard line. 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score. This is the first drive for the Redmen of this ball game as they started at their own 39, now down to the Ell-Saline 37. Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap. They're going off the left side with Colby Benoit. Benoit around the corner, and he's going to get to the 35, and that's about it.
Kind of a slow handoff there from Trenton Colby to Colby Benoit as Trenton Colby had the ball held out there, and Colby Benoit just slow to get there.
As we have an official timeout, as one of the Redmen players is down, as that is Joel Montgomery, I do believe. So we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with more first quarter action right after this as you're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA.
Be a good idea.
3rd down and 4 for the Redmen. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Shoemaker. Shoemaker goes forward across the 30. Looks like he is going to be just short of the 1st down marker, though.
As the Redmen trying to get things going here with the running backs, Ell-Saline, you got to hand it to them. They're doing a great job keeping the gaps short, making sure the Redmen can't get through there with their running attack.
So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Redmen. Yet again, another 4th down attempt here for the Redmen with Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. We await the snap from Hackert. There it is, a low snap, but Colby able to pick it up, hands it off to Colby Benoit. He dives forward, and it's going to be close here, Robbie. It's all about the spot. Ell-Saline says no. Of course, the center says yes. No official word yet.
If I was the refs, I'd bring out the chain gang on this one. It is close.
And it looks like that may be what they're doing here. Make sure, one way or the other, and don't try to risk this one yourself.
and that's exactly what they're doing. Just see the ref wave his hands up in the air there. So good to bring on the chain gang, give him a little exercise because this one is very close. If he didn't get it, it's just going to be by a couple centimeters.
This is the 11th play of this drive as they bring the chains out. And the ref kind of in the way. I can't really see the ball from here, so we'll have to, well, once they pulled it tight there, it's not even close. So turnover on downs, nice stand for the Ell-Saline defense.
That Ell-Saline defense, I've said it time and time again, they're doing a good job up front. That time they created a pile that Hess Maxwell had to dive over top of, and once he dove, he didn't get anywhere as someone grabbed a hold of his ankles and kind of pulled him back. Ell-Saline, they got to figure it out with this 5 front. They're able to slow down this Redmen offensive attack. They're going to have to figure something out as Redmen.
So 1st and 10 for Ell-Saline. Ball at their own 28-yard line. 4:19 left to go in the first. 0 is our score. Peterson split out to the right. Kramer. As Davenport going to take it off the right side. He's hit by one player and brought down by another as the Redmen hit him with one, and Colby Benoit able to ride him down after gain of about 2 on the play. Ball up to the 30-yard line, so 2nd down and a long 7, short 8 here.
Davenport dropped his shoulder, hit the first Redmen defender, bounced off him. That's when he was one of the Redmen able to jump on top and just ride Davenport to the ground from his back. Davenport, big guy, can't tackle him up high. You got to hit him low, and the Redmen are going to figure that out tonight.
3:45 and counting left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score. Have one man split out to the right. Peterson to the left, as it is Owen Bradley to the right. As Davenport hands it off to Parks right up the middle, and Logan Zabel, the first one to hit him, and then he's brought down after a gain of about 3 on the play, up to maybe 4. Gain of 4 on the play up to the 34-yard line. It is going to bring up 3rd down, though, for Ell-Saline. 3rd down and about 3 as Bradley brings the play back in. 3:10 and counting left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score here from Brookville, between the Smith Center Redmen and the Ell-Saline Cardinals. Peterson split out to the left this time. It's going to be Davenport in the pistol. He's got a man to his left and a man standing behind him. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Parks. Parks right up the middle. He's going to get to the 35, and that's it. Going to bring up 4th down for the Ell-Saline Cardinals.
Parks hit that line of scrimmage, and it closed in on him. He had a small hole to start with, and that hole closed up quickly as the Redmen defensive line able to just collapse into it, and linebackers coming in to help out as well. So quick defensive stand there for the Redmen.
So good news, Robbie. Joel Montgomery back in a defensive tackle. So good to see Joel is able to come back in because it took him a while to get up. But he did walk off under his own power. He's back in, so we'll see just how effective Joel Montgomery can be after that injury here early in the first quarter. We have 2:15 and counting left to go in the first quarter. It is 4th down for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. Parks is back to punt. There's a snap. Takes his time. High kick here. Gets across the 50, and, well, that's about it as it goes out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it down at. Right at the 49-yard line, so great starting field position this drive for the Redmen.
That is really good starting field position for the Redmen. That punt went high. I lost it in the lights on that one. And when it came down, it was out of bounds, well out of bounds, probably 4 or 5 yards out of bounds. So the Redmen able to get good field position off of that one. And they're going to have to figure something out. This Ell-Saline defensive line has figured out how to slow them down on the rushing attack. The Redmen may have to bring out a little bit of passing here to open some things up.
Well, Montgomery back in at center. 1st and 10 for the Redmen as they go left to right on your radio dial. Ball at their own 48-yard line. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. They hand it off to Colby Benoit. Benoit cuts back middle, gets across the 50 into Ell-Saline territory up to about the 49-yard line.
Good run by Colby Benoit. He took his time, read his offensive line, seen the gap open up, hit it hard, and got 4 yards off it before the Ell-Saline could close in and take him down.
as it looks like second down and about 6 here for the Redmen. 1:35 and counting left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score. Griffin Kugler split out to the right. It's going to be Aaron Massa tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. That is Peterson, Maxwell, and Colby Benoit. There's the snap. They hand it off to Peterson. Peterson comes off to the right side, breaks the first tackle, lowers his shoulder, gets up to the 45-yard line, and that's going to be where they mark Peterson down there. He's going to be short of the first down marker by about 2 yards.
Peterson did everything he could to try to get out there and open up that outside running lane, but Ell-Saline quickly closing it in. Peterson gets taken down, kind of threw his arms up at the ref like, why wasn't that a call? I'm not sure what it was, but it looked like he might have been brought down a little bit by his face mask as well, but he was kind of shielded off, and the ref couldn't see past the Ell-Saline player.
So 3rd down and 2 for the Redmen. 52 seconds counting left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score. Buckmaster split out to the right. Massa tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's the snap from Montgomery. They fake the handoff to Colby Benoit. Pitch it to Peterson. Peterson cuts back, gets the first down, and maybe an extra yard past that. He got the first down, but not too much past that.
Well, good option play there for the Redmen. Brought out the option attack. Flipped it out to Peterson. Peterson had a little bit of a gap there to get through. Skipped through it and got a couple yards. It got that first down and went down as he was falling forward. Got that extra yard that he got on that one.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line for the Redmen. The Cardinal 42-yard line. Kugler split out to the right. 25 seconds counting left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell dives forward, and he gets across the 40. See where they mark him down at. Looks like they're going to mark him down at about the 30, right at the 35-yard line. So nice pickup there. Gain of about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down, and a long 3, short 4 here, and that's how we end the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen and Ell-Saline Cardinals tied at 0. No scores yet here from Brookville. We'll be back with more first half action right after this as you're listening to Redmen Football 92.5 KQMA. Welcome back to Brookville. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. As it is 0-0 after the first quarter. The Ell-Saline Cardinals and the Smith Center Redmen in a battle here in Brookville as the district championship is up for grabs. It is Redmen football. They face 2nd down and 4. Ball at the Cardinal 35-yard line.
As you kind of mentioned there, good to see Montgomery come back in after he was injured there. Looking at his legs a little bit. Looks like he's fine now. Maybe got stepped on a little bit and just checking it out to make sure he's all right.
So Redmen now go right to left on your radio dial. Griffin Kugler split out to the right. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell lowers his shoulder, spins across up to the 30. And I believe that'll be a first down. We'll see where they officially spot him at, though. It looks like 1st and 10 here for the Redmen after the rush by Heston Maxwell.
The Redmen might have figured out a little way to open up that middle. Started going to the outside with Peterson and Benoit. All of a sudden, going back to the middle with Maxwell, kind of switching things up, making this defensive line for Ell-Saline move around and try to figure some things out on where they're going.
1st and 10 for the Redmen. Ball at the Cardinal 30-yard line. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell again. He falls across the 30. And again, they get up to about the 28-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, maybe they're going to mark him a little up to the 27, so we'll call it 2nd down and a long 7, short 8 here.
Well, Maxwell, going back to that old adage, 3 yards in a cloud of dust for this Redmen offense. Getting the fullback involved as that'll slowly wear down the defense. Slow, long drives like this with that fullback is what this Redmen team will need to get past Ell-Saline tonight.
We're going to call it 2nd down and 8 with Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell again. He goes off the left side. He's going to get it up to the 25, and that's about it. So gain of about 3 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Well, one play that would work here, but I don't think the Redmen will use it, is that old-fashioned flea flicker. Give it to the fullback, let him hit the line, turn around, flip it back to the quarterback, and launch it out deep. But I don't see the Redmen using it at all.
That's a terrible idea.
Well, I'm going
A
back
lot of things could go wrong with that play, and let's just not worry about that play.
like I said, I don't see him using it, but it would work here in this situation some of the time.
3rd down and 5 for the Redmen. Ball at the Cardinal 25-yard line. There's a snap. They hand it off. Nope, Trenton Colby keeps it himself as he faked the handoff. Does he pick up the first down across the 20 up to the 19-yard line.
That old triple option there for the Redmen as faked the handoff to Maxwell through the middle of the line, flipped out to the outside with an option, gave a fake pitch to the outside. The linebacker bit on that pitch, went to hit the running back, left Trenton Colby to
the running back, Colby Benoit, to get Ethan Peterson to the outside.
It was a huge block there for Colby Benoit coming to the outside. Hit, I believe it was the defensive back out there, and just flattens him. Ethan Peterson had to try to jump over top of him, though, to get going.
He's going to be, looks like, just short of the first down by about a yard or so.
Well, Colby Benoit hit the pile hard, but not able to move it as there was a couple of big boys for the Ell-Saline making that pile stand strong.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Redmen. 9 minutes and counting left to go here in the first half. 0-0 is our score. Ball at the 10-yard line for the Smith Center Redmen. That's
through it, and then just daylight opens up in front of him. Has one defender to beat right about the 2-yard line. Hurdles over top of him and waltzes into the end zone for that Redmen touchdown.
So, second quarter action from Brookville right after this. You're listening to Redmen football on 92.5 KQMA.
Senior appreciation. All senior parents be sure to line up at the end of the bleachers on the west side. About 3 minutes left to go in the half, please. Back deep for the Cardinals, number 10, Trent Peterson, number 32.
Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson as we get set here for more second quarter action. As that drive for the Redmen, 10 plays, 50 start this drive.
Peterson getting tackled by Peterson again as that was Atwood, as Atwood got in there, grabbed a hold of Peterson's ankle and just wouldn't let go, and Peterson just done the right thing and fallen to the ground before he got hit by any more Redmen.
So it will be Ell-Saline football here. Again, they have put some points on the board as we were scoreless after the first quarter. As we get set here for this drive for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. Pistol set for Nick Davenport. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Parks. Parks up across the 30 up to about the 32-yard line.
As one thing I'm noticing here with the Redmen, as Holtman, he's switching to the side that they're lining up strong side out of the Ell-Saline. So kind of switching back and forth, putting Holtman on that strong side, trying to maybe put a little bit more experience on that strong side as they're thinking that's where the run's going to come through at.
Looks like gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 for Ell-Saline. As it looks like they're sending Kramer out to the left. Pistol set, or shotgun set for Davenport. He goes right up the middle. He gets across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. And he's going to be short of that first down marker.
Davenport had a nice hole to run through there and just exploded through it quickly right up behind the center. Center able to lead the way on that one, and 2 lead blockers from that running back spot.
As that looks like Peterson coming off the bottom of the pile. So it's going to be 3rd down and a long 1, short 2 here. Ball at the 37. Looks like the line to get's about the 38.5-yard line. Is Peterson going to be split out to the left for Ell-Saline? Shotgun set for Davenport. He's got a man to his left and a man to his right. Davenport straight up the middle, and he's going to be stopped. And maybe a gain of just a little bit, if anything. Nice job that time by the Redmen defense as they were ready for that. It looks like timeout on the field here.
As that was the same exact play that they just ran. Davenport lines up. He has both running backs right beside him. Gets a snap and just straightforward dive with the quarterback.
Well, the Ell-Saline Cardinals pick up their first down of this ball game, and it comes with 7:45 left to go in the second quarter when the Smith Center Redmen lead it 7-0. So 1st and 10 for Ell-Saline. Ball at the Cardinal 39-yard line. Kramer split out to the left. Davenport in shotgun has a back to his left and to his right. Tight end on the right side. There's a snap. Davenport off the left side. This time he's going to be brought down right at the 40-yard line. Gain of about 1 on the play.
As Davenport's left side running back that's lining up there, he's getting awfully close to jumping just before the snap there. Has to be careful and make sure that he's completely set and not trying to judge the snap but go off of what Davenport's saying, as just about a half second sooner he would have been on a false start.
Looks like they spot him at the 41-yard line as they send Trayton Peterson out to the left. 7 minutes left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead at 7-0. Davenport in shotgun again. There's a snap. He's going to hand it off to his back off the right side. He needs to be brought down quickly as Colby Benoit brings him down. That was Owen Bradley on the carry.
Nice job by Benoit coming through there and just dropping down, hitting Bradley at his ankles, taking Bradley down as Bradley had to go over top of Benoit's complete body to get anything going on that one.
Going to be third down, and let's call it 5 on the play. 6.5 and counting left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0. Bradley brings the play into Davenport. They both enter the huddle. Now they break the huddle. Again, third down and 5 as Ell-Saline goes left to right on your radio dial. It is going to be pistol set this time with Trayton Peterson split out to the left. There's the snap. They give it to Davenport. He pulls forward. He's pushed back right at the 45-yard line. He's met by Zabel. He's also met in there. Let's see who else comes off the bottom of the pile. It looks like Peterson's coming off the bottom of the pile as well, is Colby Benoit, as they push him all the way up to the 47-yard line. I thought he kind of got stood up by the 45, but said they give him forward momentum to the 47.
I thought he was close to the 45 as well, but either way, the Redmen read that play perfectly, hit Davenport, stood him up, and then just pushed him back and didn't allow him to get that first down marker.
So we'll see what the Cardinals do here. As they are back to punt is Parks. There's the snap. Parks takes his time. Kick off, and, this one's coming straight to the fans. Not one of Parks, or one of, let's see, who is that? I guess that's not Parks. That is T.J. Morkel with the punt. And that one came out at, let's see.
Looks like about 2-yard punt.
Well, he got the first down.
Well, does that count in some places?
The chain gang's happy. They don't even have to move. They just first and 10 for the Redmen at the Cardinal 49-yard line.
As that punt went completely off the side of his foot and literally about maybe a 3-yard punt on that one. As side of the foot shot straight over to the fans. I thought I was about to have to catch there for a second.
Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. As the Redmen go right to left on your radio dial. This time, Colby keeps it around the outside, pitches it out to Colby Benoit. He gets to the line of scrimmage, cuts back. He's still on his feet up to the 45. And let's see. Looks like they're going to push him out at the, see where they spot him. Looks at the 44-yard line, so gain of 6 on the play. Going to be second down and 4 for the Redmen. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0 on this Friday night. The district championship up for grabs. The winner will play Oakley next week. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Aaron Moss tied in on the left side. Redmen go right to left on your radio dial. This time they're going to hand it off to Colby Benoit off the left side. He cuts back middle. He gets up to the 40-yard line. And it looks like that's right where they're going to mark him. So going to be about a yard short of the first down marker.
Big run there for the Redmen. Got some good yards going up the middle there, did the Redmen. Unfortunately, they didn't get to that first down marker, just barely.
We do know that if the Redmen play Oakley, it'll be on Thursday night next week. We were told that. So that's something to look forward to. If the Redmen should happen to win, we do know that they will play Oakley on a Thursday night next week. As right now, they have to worry about the Ell-Saline Cardinals. It's 4:05 and counting left to go in the first half. The Redmen lead at 7-0. Third down and 1 for the Redmen. There's the snap. They hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell bulls forward, and he's going to get it, but that's about it.
Well, that time he hit the hole, and the hole hit him. He got to the line of scrimmage, had a hole there for about a half second, and as soon as he got there, Ell-Saline able to close it down and just stand him up and put him right back in his tracks.
Well, it looks like he gained about 2 on the play. Looks like it's first and 10 for the Redmen. Ball at the Cardinal 38-yard line. 3:50 and counting left to go in the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0. It is Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. The Redmen go right to left on your radio dial. They hand it off to Benoit. Benoit cuts back middle, breaks the first tackle, gets up to the 35, maybe to 34, and then he's pushed back from there.
Benoit trying to fight to get free from a tackler. Another Ell-Saline player came in. Not sure who that was that came in on that second one. Able to wrap him up, put Benoit right back in the ground.
Up to the 35, so that's a gain of 3. Second down and 7. 3:20 and counting left to go in the first quarter, or the first half, I should say. The Smith Center Redmen lead it 7-0 over the Ell-Saline Cardinals. As the Redmen are moving the ball right to left on your radio dial. This time, Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind a Trenton Colby. There's the snap. He bobbles it, hands it off to Colby. Colby Benoit off the right side. He's going to pick up the first down. He's going to be hit big time over there on the far sideline, but it does look like he picked up the first down.
Well, with Colby Benoit, that was a good handoff there as a bobbled snap from Trenton Colby. Benoit had to stop dead in his tracks to wait for Trenton Colby to gather up that snap and get it handed off there, which allowed for Benoit to have a little bit of gap over there on the sideline.
Well, go ahead and bring that one on back as it's a holding against the Redmen. So, instead of 1st and 10, it's now going to be 2nd down and long.
Well, that's kind of a drive breaker there for the Redmen. They had things going in the right direction. Get that penalty. Now they got to get mentally focused here. Back going in the right direction. Penalties a lot of time in those situations stop the drive, so see if the Redmen can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
Now we do know that Phillipsburg's up 14-6 on Minneapolis right now. Also, Hoisington up on Norton 14-10. So a couple updates there for you. It is 2nd down and long for the Redmen. Ball at the Cardinal 44-yard line. 2:35 and counting left to go in the first half. The Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals at 7-0. Broken bone here for the Redmen. They're going to hand it off to Colby Benoit off the right side. Cuts back middle, gets up to the 40, and he's going to be stuck there, right there at the 40-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down for the Redmen.
As you almost wondered if the Redmen aren't going to come out and maybe a spread here, being it's 3rd and 12. Lost of yards to get here in this situation, almost to the point where you can't really punt it. So the Redmen got to figure something out here, almost in 2-down territory. 3rd down and long for the Redmen. Ball at the 40-yard line of Ell-Saline. 1:55 and counting left to go here in the first half. 3rd down and long. They're going to hand it off. Nope, he's back to pass. Colby drops back. He's got Aaron Moss, and he's going to overthrow him. As Aaron Moss was open, he was behind the defense, and Trenton Colby just too much on that one. Had one too many bowls of Wheaties this morning. Well, that was a huge play there for the Redmen. Little play action. They had about 3 different receivers open behind the defense. Moss being the deepest one. Colby went for the home run hitter. Just put a little too much on it. Moss might have slid up just a touch there as he was seeing that Colby was coming to him. And, well, just a little miscommunication between quarterback and tight end.
4th and 12 for the Redmen. Logan's able, drops it back to punt. Takes his time, gets a beautiful punt off here. This one high, spiraling punt. And it's going to drop down and touch the Redmen right at about the 15-yard line.
Well, that was going to take a Redmen bounce there, but the Redmen lost it in the lights. Turned around, tried to find it, hit the ground, went right into his knees and started going backwards. Thankfully, a couple other Redmen right there to get that one pinned down.
So it's going to be Cardinal football with 1:39 left to go here before halftime. And the Cardinals start at their own 15-yard line, so have a long ways to go here. 85 yards to pay dirt for the Cardinals if they want to try to tie things up before halftime. 7-0 is our score. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals with 1:39 left to go in the first half. Trayton Peterson split out to the right. It is Sawyer Kramer to the left. Pistol set for Nick Davenport. One man to his right. Shotgun. Fumble on the play. Davenport picks it up. Charlie Timmons is in pursuit. And he throws this one down the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. As Charlie Timmons had him, Davenport able to slip out of that would-be sack, got the pass off, and it is going to be incomplete.
Smart heads-up play there by Davenport. Evaded the tackler and Timmons. Got down, rolled out a little bit farther to make sure he's outside of the pocket and just chucked down to the sidelines to make sure that broken play didn't go for a loss.
So 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Does stop the clock at 1:31 left to go in this first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead 7-0. Trayton Peterson split out to the right. Sawyer Kramer to the left. Pistol set here for Davenport. Bobble play, and they're going to hand it off to Bradley this time. That'll bring up 3rd down for Ell-Saline. Third down for the Ell-Saline Cardinals with 1:18 and counting left to go in the first half. Center Redmen lead it 7-0. As we'll see what the Cardinals have drawn up here after the nice little gain there on second down for the Cardinals. Ball up to the 19-yard line, so third down and 6. As they send Kramer to the right or to the left, Peterson to the right. Again, pistol set for Davenport. He's got a man to his left and one behind him. They're going to hand it off to the back through. As we'll see which back that was. Came on the carry that time. Does not pick up the first down, though, so that's going to bring up fourth down for the Ell-Saline Cardinals as they have the ball at their own 21-yard line. Timeout by the Redmen. We'll take one with them. 48 seconds left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead it 7-0. You're listening to Redmen Football 92.5 KQMA. Well, welcome back to Brookville, home of the Ell-Saline Cardinals. We have an update for you at the end of the first. Ellis is up 22-6 on La Crosse. It's going to be fourth down and about 4 for Ell-Saline. It looks like they are dropping back to punt. As Parks is back to punt. Colby Benoit back to receive said punt. He returned a punt for a touchdown last week. We'll see if they even decide to punt to him. There were 48 seconds left. Parks awaits the snap. There it is. Nice snap. Gets the punt off. A much better punt this time as Colby Benoit picks it up at the 46. He's at the 50. 45-40. Colby Benoit still on his feet. Cuts back 35-30. And he's going to be pushed out about the 32-yard line as the pile moved up to the 30, but Colby Benoit was at the back of it. So about the 32-yard line as Colby Benoit about had another exciting play.
Well, I seen a white jersey pop out over there from that pile, and I thought it was him for a second, but he was bottled up enough that I couldn't see him. Another big return there for Colby Benoit. Got the Redmen in great starting field position here for, 38 seconds to try to get into this end zone.
33-yard line is where they spot him down at. 38 seconds left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead at 7-0. First and 10 from the Ell-Saline 33. As they go right to left on your radio dial. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's the snap. They're going to hand this one off. No, Colby back to pass. He's got all day. He's under pressure. Rolls out to the left. He passes the ball off to the... He's going to have an incomplete pass here as Trenton Colby just got rid of the ball that time. Stops the clock with 29.8 seconds left.
Maybe a smart move there by Trenton Colby as he had tremendous amount of pressure coming up on his back. He could feel him right there on him, just getting rid of that ball, making sure no one could catch it, put it into the ground, and live to play another down without losing any yards.
So it's down in 10. Ball at the Ell-Saline 33-yard line. 29.8 seconds left to go in the first half. The Smith to 0. Reese Buckmaster split out to the right. It's a broken bone behind Trenton Colby as Colby Benoit also split out to the right. Maxwell and Peterson still in that broken bone. There's the snap. Colby back to pass. He has Colby Benoit on the sideline, and he's going to be drug out of bounds over there on the far sideline.
A straight pass there going out from Trenton Colby to Colby Benoit. Benoit caught it on the sideline trying to get something going, but it looked like he just got swung around and put down.
So it's going to bring up third down for the Redmen. Going to be a gain of 5 on the play. Or a gain of 4 on the play. Third down and 6 with 22.9 seconds left to go in this first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead at 7-0. If the Redmen could score here, Robbie, that's a big momentum switch because they also get the ball back to start the second half. We'll see what the Redmen have drawn up here as Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Third down and 4. There's the handoff to Ethan Peterson off the left side. He busts through the line. He's still on his feet. Spins forward up to close to the 20. Looks like they're going to mark him down to the 21-yard line. Does pick up the first down. So there's the first down for the Redmen with 16.8 seconds left. We'll take a timeout with the Smith Center Redmen as the Redmen lead 7-0. You're listening to Redmen Football 92.5 KQMA. 16.8 seconds left to go in the first half here from Brookville and Ell-Saline High School. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. The Smith Center Redmen lead 7-0. Again, 16.8 seconds left to go in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Redmen at the Ell-Saline 21-yard line. Broken bone behind Trenton Colby as it is Buckmaster and Colby Benoit split out to the right. And now we have a whistle here, and Ell-Saline's going to take a timeout. Since we did just take one, we'll keep this one here, Robbie. 16.8 seconds left to go in this first half. The Redmen 1st and 10 at the Ell-Saline 21-yard line. The Redmen up 7-0. This is a big momentum switch. Punch this in with 16 seconds left. They also get the ball back to start the second half. If the Ell-Saline defense can hold up, you only go down a touchdown into halftime.
It's a big drive here for the Redmen. In their minds, they got to get it into the end zone. They got to get this ball into the end zone, or even if they can get it within field goal range for Lambert or Moss to come out and kick a field goal, that'd even be a win for them. Ell-Saline, on the other hand, they got to stop them. They got to push them back here. They got to get a stop and make sure their defense gets the win on this drive here. Turn around and try to stop them again coming out of halftime. But the Redmen, they're doing long working here for them.
Well, it is the broken bone behind Trenton Colby as they come out. It is Colby Benoit and Reese Buckmaster split out to the right. They await the snap from Montgomery. There it is. Trenton Colby going to hand it off to Peterson. Peterson cuts back middle, breaks the first couple tackles, stumbles forward across the 15 up to about the 14-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and short for the Redmen as the Redmen take the timeout to stop the clock at 8 seconds left to go in this first half. Again, the Smith Center Redmen lead it 7-0. Ell-Saline Cardinals. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3. The 7-yard gain by Ethan Peterson. We're starting to see the Redmen split bigger here, which makes the hole that much bigger for Peterson and Benoit already to run through. You send Heston Maxwell through to pick the first guy up, and we saw it there. Ethan Peterson stumbled his way across the 15 up to the 14-yard line to pick up 7.
Well, talking to some of the coaching staff last week after the game, and that's something that they kind of told their linemen, slowly start spreading those splits out a little bit, and if they're going with you, next play, go a little bit more. And you said it there. It opens up that hole just a little bit more to start with, easier for them to open up a bigger hole. And so far, Ell-Saline's going with them. They're not dramatic like they were last week in 23 feet, but it's still going to open up that hole and make it just that much easier for this offensive line to get some blocks. And also, it's going to open up the passing game as well because now your defensive line is spread out and they're not able to attack the quarterback as fast.
This time it is Reese Buckmaster split out to the right, back to the bone, behind Trenton Colby. 2nd down and 3 with 8 seconds left to go in this first half. The Redmen up 7-0. There's a snap from Montgomery. Colby back to pass. He's looking. He's got Buckmaster in the end zone. He goes up, overthrows him. There is a flag, though, in the end zone. Could this be pass interference on Ell-Saline in the end zone?
I believe it is. I think Buckmaster went up, and the defender that was there took his arm out and just kind of flipped Buckmaster's legs out from underneath him. But not 100% sure. I believe it will be pass interference on Ell-Saline, which should make it half the distance to the goal, which is a huge play there for the Redmen. Gets them a whole lot closer to that goal line.
Yeah, now the question becomes, do we go for it with 4 seconds left? Do we bring Freddie Lambert out, who has never kicked a field goal? Do we let Aaron Moss go back to the kicker, who's only kicked a handful of field goals? If you're the Redmen, just probably stick with what you know. Just see what happens if you run the ball.
That's what I'm thinking it here is go with what you mean. You're this close.
Well, we're wrong. We're bringing Freddie out.
Oh, well, of course. that goes figures. Sass can never be on the same page as we are up here.
He knows something that we don't, obviously. It is going to be a, ball at the 7-yard line. So a 17, there's 20. That's going to be a 24-yard field goal attempt for Freddie Lambert. His first happens here for Freddie. There's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it's blocked by the Cardinals. And is going to be how the first half ends. The Ell-Saline Cardinals block the field goal, and we go to halftime 7-0.
As Ell-Saline has been setting kind of like a blitzer on that outside, lines him up deep, and as soon as that ball is snapped, he is coming on a full sprint around that edge. And I believe it's Nick Davenport that got that punt as his teammates are congratulating him there as he's running past us.
Well, we're going to send it back to the station. As we'll come back, we'll wrap up the first half for you right after this as you're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA.
senior football players and their parents. Players, thank you for your commitment to be a part of our team and the many hours of practice.
Well, welcome back to Brookville and Ell-Saline High School. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. At halftime, Smith Center leads 7-0. Well, Robbie, pretty easy going here for my side of things. One touchdown, came with 8:35 left to go in the first quarter. It was the Smith Center Redmen on the board with a 10-yard run by Colby Benoit. The kick by Lambert was good. 10 plays, 52 yards, 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Made our score 7-0. As we look at it, the Redmen have had 4 drives. Turnover on downs the first drive, touchdown the second drive, punt the third drive, and into the half there as they went for the field goal. Got blocked, but defensively the Redmen have been doing work. They've forced 3 and outs already, as the first 2 drives for Ell-Saline went 3 and out. The last drive that Ell-Saline had went 3 and out, and the only time that the Cardinals have picked up a first down came there on their third drive when they had a drive that went 6 plays before they punted that ball away as well. So far, unofficially, the Redmen are 6 of 9 on third down. Pretty good conversion right there for the Redmen, 6 of 9 on third down. 1 of 2 on fourth down for the Cardinals. They're 1 of 5 on third down. The Redmen, unofficially, 7 first downs rushing and 1 first down for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. That came on the ground as well. The Redmen right now, 2 penalties and 20 yards. Ell-Saline has had some penalties, but they have not been called, except for the one. They had one that was half the distance to the goal. So we'll call that one a 7-yard penalty because it went half the distance to the goal and it went 7 yards. So 1 penalty that was accepted by the Redmen for Ell-Saline and 2 that have been accepted by Ell-Saline on the Redmen. So penalty-wise, it's been a pretty clean game for both teams.
It really has. Both teams doing a great job making sure that they're doing the right things, not getting the penalties, and that's been huge for them here as this is a low-scoring game. Both teams, well, they're sticking to what they know, and in the end, it's the penalties that are going to either hurt you or break you. So both these teams making sure that they're not getting on that penalty side of things.
Well, you have our stats ready to go here.
Well, I think so here.
Close enough anyway.
Close enough, yeah. We'll go with that one. On the passing side of things for the Redmen, Trenton Colby, he is 1 of 3 for 5 yards. Getting those 5 yards was Colby Benoit. On the rushing side of things, Shoemaker with 3 yards, Trenton Colby with 13, Peterson with 36, Maxwell with 30, and Benoit with 38 for a team total of 27 attempts for 120 yards. So the Redmen doing what they do and getting those rushing yards on the passing side of things. Nick Davenport, he's 0 of 2. Going to the rushing side of things, well, Nick Davenport has 13 yards, Joel Kane with 2, Bradley with 8, and Parks with 13 for a team total of 14 attempts for 36 yards.
This is the game that we expected. You know, last year this is how this game was supposed to be. It was supposed to be not a game. Smith Center got a few lucky bounces. They returned this, they returned that before their offense ever even saw the field. This is the game that we expected. This is the game that's been talked about. It was supposed to be low scoring, and whoever turned the ball over the least, had the least penalties, was probably going to win. And right now, the Redmen, well, they have more penalties, and neither team's turned it over, but the Redmen were able to take advantage of some good starting field position here in the first.
Really what it's been is the field position for the Redmen has been that much better for them than Ell-Saline. The Redmen, they've gotten a few bad punts from Ell-Saline, and they've been able to flip one of those into a score. But Ell-Saline doing a good job on defense, slowing the Redmen offense attack down. They just got to figure out how to get off the field on fourth downs.
Well, so far, the worst starting field position for the Redmen, their own 39-yard line. The best starting field position for Ell-Saline, their own 29. So, field position. As the one time the Zabel punted, he got it all the way down to the 15. That's his 3rd or 4th punt inside the 20 this year. We've known since he was a freshman that Zabel could punt. Now he's getting his chance with the graduation of Colton Hutchinson. Zabel showing why we thought even as a freshman he was going to be a very good punter. When he gets the opportunities, which have been few and far between this year for the Redmen, he's been able to flip the field position.
He is a very good punter. You know, we've said it a few times that he's a little slower than he needs to be.
He's gotten quicker this year.
But he has gotten a lot quicker this year. And with that speed has came very good punts still. As they are high spiraling punts, they flip field position very well. And if he could get some coffin corner going, he'd be a great punter for any college to look at.
Well, that one that he got down here tonight at the 15, it went further, but it hit one of his own guys right there at the 15. So either way, 7-0. What a great battle we have here for a district championship.
It really is. It's what you want for a district championship. You can blame the lights on that one that, hit his own player for Zabel's punt, as I lost in the lights up here in the press box trying to find it, so I'm sure they did as well as it's coming down for him. But either way, this is what you wanted for a district championship game. Both teams playing it, leaving everything they got there on the field. You can tell these guys tomorrow, they're going to be hurt, they're going to be sore. They went through a dogfight, and whoever comes out on top is going to have a tough road, but it's going to be a good road through this game.
All right, we're going to take a timeout here. We'll come look at some of the other games around the state of Kansas right after this, as you're listening to Redmen Football 92.5 KQMA. Well, welcome back on this Friday night from Brookville and Ell-Saline High School. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. It's time to take a look at some of the other games going on around the area tonight. Well, at one point, Robbie, Phillipsburg and Minneapolis was close. Phillipsburg, of course, scored first. It was 7-0, then 14-0, and then 14-6. Minneapolis scored, and apparently it angered Phillipsburg because now it's 41-6 in the second quarter. So apparently the Lions scoring was not what Phillipsburg had in mind, and now they're taking it out on them because it's 41-6 in the second quarter there in Phillipsburg. 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Beloit is up on Russell 28-7. Victoria up on Stockton 20-12. Last score we had from Norton Hoisington, that's tied at 14. That's for runner-up. We saw Norton early in the season. We knew it was just a matter of time until they got things figured out and started winning. They got into districts. They lost to Phillipsburg right off the bat, but since then they have looked pretty darn good as they are now in the hunt for district runner-up tonight.
Well, that's all that it takes sometimes. Districts and your new season starts, and thank you for exactly what happened with Norton. They hit district play and everything started clicking. They look like a good team. Looks like they could make a deep run.
Got an up in Thunder Ridge. That's for a district championship.
It is, well, 28-12 right now. The Longhorns holding their own, though, as a lot of people thought Osborne would blow out the Longhorns, but the Longhorns coming in with.
Looks like we do have an update. Again, it's Norton and Hoisington tied at halftime. Looks like we did. Last score we knew Ellis was up on La Crosse 22-6. That was the end of the first quarter. The winner of this game will play Oakley on next week. We've already been told that if Smith Center plays Oakley, they've already talked, they'll play on Thursday. If Smith Center happens to lose tonight, they will play the loser of Ellis La Crosse, because they'll be the third seed, so that's who Smith Center will play at Hubbard Stadium. Either way, Smith Center's playing at Hubbard Stadium next week, and we'll see what happens. But we do know if Smith Center does hold on to this lead, they'll be playing Oakley next Thursday, not Friday, Thursday night, there from Hubbard Stadium. So on that, of course, it all depends on how this game goes first. Champion and get to play Oakley next week.
That they do it, and it's always weird to say a Thursday night game instead of Friday night, but they have to get through Ell-Saline. Oh, they are a very good team. They are well disciplined. The Redmen came out in their typical adage of trying to get them to jump on a hard count. Not a single player for Ell-Saline moved. They knew it was coming. They stayed set, and they were able to hold Smith Center to a fourth down play there. Ell-Saline, they're going to be tough. Redmen definitely not far enough ahead to relax in this game. They got to be ready for a dogfight, because this second half, it's going to be a dogfight of two big guys in this district.
All right, we're going to take a timeout here. We're going to come back, and, we're going to talk about college football for a little bit before we'll take our final timeout and get Robbie's keys to victory after that. But right now, we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back, talk a little bit of college football for you right after this. You're listening to Redmen Football on UMA. To Brookville, Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson at Ell-Saline High School. 7-0 is our score. Here at halftime, the Smith Center Redmen lead at the Ell-Saline Cardinals by that 7-0 score on a 10-yard run by Colby Benoit to capped off by an extra point by Sergio Lambert. 10 was, I do believe I said that's why he missed. I called him Freddie instead of Sergio on that field goal. It just dawned on me that I said the wrong Lambert name. Anyway, I apologize, Sergio. I meant you, not Freddie. Anyway, it was a 10-play drive that went 52 yards in 5 minutes and 29 seconds to put the Redmen up 7-0. Well, it's time to talk a little college football as Robbie, we won't mention Nebraska. You're sad. We won't make you talk about it. But K-State, they finally looked like a team that we've been waiting for. Alex Barnes, he's played well the last couple games, over 130 rushing yards in both games the last couple weeks. Nebraska, It's hard to say that their defense is awful, but it's not happy times for the Black Shirts. They're not the Black Shirts right now.
No, they're really not. I mean, I knew coming into the season it was going to be a tough year for us. The schedule was ferocious for a new coach to come in. I don't care who you brought in this year, the coaching staff with this schedule is going to be tough. But the defense for Nebraska, you're right, they're not the Black Shirts this year, but they're getting there. They're showing improvement week to week, and that's anything a coach could ask for. From week to week, you show improvements. You go and you look at the stats. We're putting up more yards on offense than the teams we've been playing, other than probably 2 games there in Michigan and Wisconsin. Those 2, okay. The rest of them, we put up more yards. It's the penalties and the turnovers that have been killing us.
And the big question is, in college football, can anybody stop Roll Tide? They're known for their defense. That's what Alabama is known for. They play smash-mouth defense, and they carry the offense with them to the end zone most of the time. Not anymore. Tua Tagovailoa is the Heisman Trophy winner at this point for a reason. That dude is ridiculous. There's a reason why he jumped over Jalen Hurts as a starting quarterback for Alabama. All Hurts has done is lead him to 2 straight national championship games. Tua won it for him last year in the second half, took over the starting spot, and now they're averaging, like 60 points a game?
Somewhere in that area. I mean, he is a phenomenal quarterback. I don't think anybody's going to slow him down easily. I don't see any team in college doing that.
At this point, he hasn't even played in the second half of a game.
I was going to say, last time I heard, really sat down and actually looked at some of the things, I think he was playing 2 minutes into the second quarter and he was getting pulled. So,
and then Jalen Hurts was playing the second quarter and some of the third quarter. And then they're putting in the punter as the quarterback and still scoring points.
I would say by that time it's so far ahead they don't have to worry about it. But I don't think anybody's going to touch Alabama. I do not like the SEC.
I know. I felt the bad taste saying that.
I can't pronounce his name. You son
Tua
of a whole
Tagovailoa.
Yeah, that guy. He is one of those players that you're not going to see very often. I think when he gets, I'm sure he's going to go pro, but I don't know. At
some point.
I don't know if they will take him as a quarterback, as he has a lot of speed, and you see a lot of those players that are quarterback with that speed. They go to the pros and they go out to wide receiver. But he's one of those ones that he can
easily throw the ball.
I'd say he's one of those ones that could easily go, well, I can alter my offense to this. So he's definitely going to go pro sooner or later. I would almost go sooner than later in his situation.
I think he's only a sophomore, though.
So he has to have at least 1 more year.
I think. I don't know. I just know right now it's terrible to watch Alabama. It hurts because you're like, well, they're going to win another national championship.
Well, you got to hand it up to Nick Saban also. He is a great coach. That was a great find by him as well to bring him to Alabama.
Who knew you could bring a Hawaii kid to Alabama? Yeah. Nick Saban can.
Nick Saban, I think, could bring anybody anywhere that he wanted.
All right, we're going to take our final timeout. A 1-minute timeout here. We'll be back with Robbie's Keys to Victory right after this. You're listening to Redmen Football 92.5 KQMA. Welcome back. We are approaching the second half here from Brookville and Ell-Saline High School. Center Redmen lead at 7-0 over the Ell-Saline Cardinals. A district championship on the line. A great battle between 2 teams that only lost 1 game this season to 2 ranked teams. Center lost to Phillipsburg, who's number 1 in Class 2A, and Ell-Saline lost to Hutch Trinity, who now ranks number 4 in Class 2A. a great battle here in Brookville tonight. Robbie, let's get your keys to victory.
Well, we're going to start with the home team here. Going with Ell-Saline. They got to win the fourth down on defense. Get their offense on the field. Get that Redmen offense off the field. That's going to help them out tremendously, as they have not won the fourth down battle here. The Redmen have been able to get quite a few fourth down conversions. I think they're about 2 and 2 there, maybe 2 and 3, somewhere in that area. As you have that stat, I don't.
1 for 2 on fourth down.
So
but they are unofficially 6 of 9 on third down.
So, yeah, they got to win third downs as well. And then offensively, mix it up. Nick Davenport, he has a great arm. They've only passed it twice. So if they can start getting a little mixture on offense, try to get this Redmond defense on their heels, I think that'll help them out tremendously. So they've got to start mixing up that offense. On the Redmond side of things, well, they got to win the trenches. They've been doing a good job here in that first half. Now comes the time that they got to make sure they win the trenches. Open up the holes on offense. Blow that defensive line backwards. On defense, win the trenches, get into the backfield, deliver some hits in that backfield, and get things rolling on yourselves that way. Then they got to go back to Smith Center Adage football. 12 plays or 20 plays, 12 minutes, and a whole bunch of yards eaten off the field, and into the end zone they go. So they got to get back to that 3 yards and a cloud of dust mentality, and it starts up front with that offensive line. They got to get those holes opened up for Heston Maxwell to start off and start wearing down this Ell-Saline defense. That fullback is able to do it, and then that'll help out this Redmond offense throughout the rest of the second half.
All right, here we go. We are getting set for the second half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0. This is going to be Roach going to be kicking here for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. He'll kick right to left on your radio dial as Trenton Colby and Colby Benoit back deep to receive this kick to start the second half. Roach's kick, it is a booming kick as Colby Benoit picks it up at the 18. Let's see, he's going to keep it. Cuts back at the 20, still on his feet, 25. Colby Benoit up to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Redmen will start this drive at their own 30-yard line.
Nice job by Colby Benoit, dancing around everywhere, trying to get some yards off of that one. Able to get through a couple gaps and gain some extra yards, but tough running by Colby Benoit.
So 1st and 10 for the Redmen, ball at their own 30-yard line. As they started ended the first half with the ball, now here they come on the first play of the second half, leading 7-0. The Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. Cerise Buckmaster will be split out to the right. Aaron Moss tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby as that's Ethan Peterson, Heston Maxwell, and Colby Benoit. There's a snap from Montgomery. They're going to hand it off to Peterson off the left side. Runs into the back of one of his own players. Drives forward up to about the 33-yard line. Going to call it second down and looks like up to the 34-yard line. So gain of 6 on the play. Or gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6. There we go. I was just getting numbers backwards.
Well, Ethan Peterson, he's normally one of those backs that as the game goes on, he gets a little bit stronger in his running. They're going to have to rely on him to get those power runs going. Not so much his speed that he has going to the outside, but he has to be able to go up to the middle and deliver some hits as well.
Shoemaker into the ball game now for Peterson. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell right up the middle. He gets across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and about 3.
Maxwell with a nice little fullback dive there, just going right through the middle of the line, doing what he needs to do, getting 3 yards, and just slowly moving that ball down the field here as the Redmen starting off this third quarter.
Third down and about 2 or 3 here. Long 2, short 3 for the Redmen. Buckmaster split out to the right. Going to be Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby as Peterson back into the ball game now. So Peterson, Maxwell, and Colby Benoit in the Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's the snap. They hand it off to Peterson off the left side. He cuts to the outside, lowers his shoulder, picks up the first down, and more, all the way up to about the 42-yard line. Great run that time by Ethan Peterson to pick up the first down for the Redmen.
You're right. Ethan Peterson, seeing that he had to lower his shoulder there, able to do so and get that first down and then a few extra yards as well.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Redmen. Ball at the Cardinal 44-yard line. Just under 10.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Smith Center leads Ell-Saline 7-0. Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Once again, it's Ethan Peterson, Heston Maxwell, and Colby Benoit in that Wishbone set. We await the snap from Montgomery. There it is. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell up the middle. He's still on his feet up to the 50, 45, 40. Cuts back at the 35, still on his feet at the 30. And Heston Maxwell all the way up to the 30-yard line, his biggest run of the season. So a great run there by Heston Maxwell right up the middle. As Heston, he's got some speed once he gets out in an open field. Well, he's not just a big body. He's going to try to outrun you as well.
Well, he tried to outrun him, and then he tried to use some finesse there as he stopped, tried to get the defender to go in front of him and cut backwards, but the defender not able to do it, able to grab a hold of him, and just got some help on it as well to bring him down.
1st and 10 from the Ell-Saline 28-yard line. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Colby Benoit off the right side. He gets a blocker, cuts back middle into the 25-yard line, and it looks like they're going to push him forward up to about the 24-yard line.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see more of Ethan Peterson and Maxwell here in this third quarter, kind of save Colby Benoit for the fourth quarter and just use a lot of power run here at this Ell-Saline defense. Wear them down, and then in the fourth quarter, let your speed back and Colby Benoit have fun.
So, 9:25 left to go in this third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead at 7-0. Griffin Kugler split out to the right. Aaron Mossa tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There is the snap. They're going to hand it off to Heston Maxwell again. He follows Peterson through the hole up to the 20. And it's going to be about third down and 2 here for the Redmen.
Good run there by Maxwell. Maxwell doing a good job pushing the pile, keeping his feet driving, keeping the ball well protected as he's in that pile, and just pushing, getting some good yards here.
So it's going to bring up third down and 2 for the Redmen with an 8:45 and counting left to go in this third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0. It is Buckmaster split out to the right. Mossa tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. That's Ethan Peterson, Heston Maxwell, and Colby Benoit. The Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. Looking at 3rd and 2. There's the snap. They hand it off to Colby Benoit. He cuts back middle, and he's going to be close to that first down. He's still on his feet. Now they mark it down. And let's see where they mark it. It's going to be close here to that first down marker.
It's going to be really close there. I think he got it, but it's going to be very close. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't bring out the chain gang on this one, how close it is.
See what they decide to do here. And he's going to call it 4th down. So 4th and inches here for the Redmen. I'm sure that we will see the Redmen go for it here as the ball at the Ell-Saline 18-yard line. Now we have a timeout called.
Timeout on the field.
And it looks like the Redmen coach is able to convince the line judge over there on the far sideline, hey, that looks pretty close. Maybe you should measure it. So here comes the chain gain.
You know, in a game like this, you got to make sure that those are done this way. Bring the chain gang out there. Make sure that they see if you got it at least. And, you know, that's what I'm sure the coach over there was like, hey, can you at least bring the chains out there, make sure that we got it, or if we don't have it.
And 1st and 10. So nice call over there by the Redmen coaches being in the ear of that ref. Hey, man, that looks really close. Let's bring the chains out. Measure it for sure. 1st and 10 for the Redmen, ball at the 18-yard line.
And that was the right thing to do for the Redmen coaches, get it in the ear of that ref over there. Hey, come on, why are you cheating us this way? Get out there and bring them out there. As that was a full nose of the football, almost a white stripe was lined up with the stick. So good job there by the coaches getting the ref's attention and getting him to bring the chains out.
1st and 10 from the Ell-Saline 18-yard line. There's Maxwell again right up the middle. He gets across the 15 up to about the 14-yard line.
As like I kind of said there, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see more of Peterson and Maxwell just straight up dives right through the middle here, trying to wear out this Ell-Saline defense. Bring the power backs through, let them make some big hits as they run the ball. And sooner or later, you're going to either break a big one or you're going to hand it off to your speed back, and he's going to take off to the outside and able to outrun everybody.
7:15 left to go in this third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead is 7-0 over the Ell-Saline Cardinals. It is 2nd down and 6 after the gain of 4 by Maxwell. The Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. There's a snap for Montgomery. It goes low. Peterson is going to jump on it all the way back at the 26-yard line.
As that is a huge loss of yards there for the Redmen. Bad snap low about Trenton Colby's ankles. Ethan Peterson able to find it, locate it, and then get on top of it, just diving on top of it to make sure that it stayed in the Redmen's hands.
So ball all the way back at the 26-yard line now for the Redmen. Kugler comes in with the play. 6:35 and counting left to go in this third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0. as Kugler split out to the right. Moss tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. It's Peterson, Maxwell, and Benoit in the wishbone set. There's the snap. Counterplay with Colby Benoit. He's around the outside. He's at the 20, cuts back 15. Still on his feet. Finally drugged down at the 14-yard line. So back to the original line of scrimmage where the bad snap happened.
Well, that's a huge play there for the Redmen. Colby Benoit, unfortunately, running into Ethan Peterson, trying to make a cut. If Peterson wasn't there, Colby Benoit might have still been up walking into the end zone. Otherwise, great play there for the Redmen to get back to the original line of scrimmage there before that bad snap.
So 4th down and 6 for the Redmen, as this is the only drive of the second half so far. The Redmen got the kickoff to start the second half, and they're still driving here. They're inside Cardinal territory down to the 13-yard line with Reese Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. 4th down and 6 for the Redmen. There's the snap. They pitch it to Colby Benoit around the left side. He's got blockers in front of him across the 10, and it's going to be close. Over there on the far sideline, Colby Benoit looks like he does have it. We'll see. The official line here is Colby Benoit looked like he got it, got hit, spun out, and a second effort is going to...
I think the chains are coming out here again, as that one is awfully close. Yep, Brett fronted the chains. They're going to bring him back out here, as that one is awfully close. Great play there for the Redmen, bringing a little bit of speed out there, and just a quick pitch to the outside, let Colby Benoit get out there and use his speed, able to get a couple cuts and get close to that first down marker. Not sure if he's there yet or not.
Well, let's see here. They bring the chains out, and turnover on downs. So just missed it that time by about a half a football. Turnover on downs. Ell-Saline football at their own, 9-yard line. So they're deep in their own territory. Under 6.5 minutes left to go. 6:24 on the clock. So if nothing else, the Redmen ate up half a quarter in that drive.
You know, slow-moving football is a good way to eat up a lot of quarter, and that's one of the best ways to stop an offense as well, is take a whole bunch of time off the clock with your offense.
Peterson split out to the right. Davenport in the pistol. There's the snap. Bobbles it. Now he's around the right side. Davenport's still on his feet, out of bounds. He's going to be close to that first down marker.
And Davenport got to the outside and seen nothing but green. One of the Redmen able to get their hands on his foot and trip him up just enough to make him step out of bounds. Otherwise, Davenport all alone along the Redmen sideline, going to have his foot raised to see if someone could catch him to knock him out of bounds. But Davenport stepping out, saving grace was that little hand to his foot.
And gain of 7 on the play for Davenport. 2nd down and 3 with 5:18 and counting left to go. Davenport gets the snap, keeps it around the outside, flips it to the outside man, and he's going to be brought down, but not until he picks up the first down, as that was Parks on the carry.
Well, Parks able to keep his feet and break one tackle, break the second one, almost able to stay up on that one. The Redmen hit him twice, hit him a third time, and that third time he went down as he was breaking through that second hit.
Just the second first down of this ball game, unofficially here for the Cardinals. 5 minutes left to go here. Now just under 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. The Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0. Trayton Peterson split out to the left. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Parks. Parks hitting the backfield, and not a lot going there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
The Redmen defense that time woke up a little bit on that play and hit that line and pushed him back some, able to stop Parks before he could get any momentum going. And I believe it was right back to the line of scrimmage with no gain on that one.
So, going to bring up 2nd down and 10. 4.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. The Swiss Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0. This time it is a Kramer split out to the left. Shotgun set for Davenport as he's got a man to his left and a man to his right. There's the snap. Davenport right up the middle, and he's going to be hit by Zabel. And then the whole host of Redmen helps Zabel bring him down, but he's still going to pick up a couple on the play.
Well, that play, they lined up in that formation a couple times here in this game, but it's been the same play every time almost through it. Davenport gets the snap, gets a couple lead blockers right up through the middle of the line. The Redmen, they're seeing that, and they're just going straight forward with those linebackers, attacking the line of scrimmage, and Davenport just getting the yards that he's getting from falling forward.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6 on the play for Ell-Saline. 3:40 left to go in this third quarter. The Swiss Center Redmen lead 7-0. Peterson going to be split out to the right for the Cardinals. Davenport in the pistol set, has a man to his right and a man standing behind him. There's the snap. Davenport back to pass. He's looking for Peterson along the sideline. Peterson's got a step. He's at the 45-40, 35-30, all the way down to the 20-yard line before Reese Buckmaster brings Trayton Peterson down. But a huge play on third down for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. They are deep in Redmond territory.
Huge pass there for Davenport to Peterson. Peterson took off on Buckmaster. Buckmaster bit on the play action and just got burnt deep. Buckmaster able to catch up and bring him down, but Peterson with a huge run.
All the way down to the 17-yard line is where they spot Trayton Peterson's catch, as it brings up a 1st and 10 for the Ell-Saline Cardinals as they are now knocking on the door. Ball at the Redmond 17-yard line. Davenport gets the low snap, fumble on the play, and Davenport able to jump back on it, but all the way back at the 24-yard line as Davenport lost it for a second, able to find it before the Redmond defenders could jump on that one.
As Davenport no longer than hit the ground to grab a hold of that ball, as he had 2 Redmond defenders hitting him. So Davenport almost lost that ball to Redmond. Redmond had to get fired up here now and try to push back and push this Ell-Saline Cardinal team backwards.
So 2nd down and long here for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. 2:45 left to go in this third quarter. The Smith Center Redmond lead 7-0. Kramer split out to the left. Davenport in the pistol has a man to his right and Parks to the behind him. They're going to hand it off to Parks. Parks comes off the right side. He's hit by Holman first. He's going to pick up a couple on the play up to about the 22-yard line.
Parks got a quick handoff, started going up to the line. Holman just dove, caught ankles, and brought Parks down right as he hit the line. Just got a couple yards off of it.
So it looks like going to be a 3rd down and about 14. Gain of 3 on the play for Parks. Still 3rd down and long, though, with 2:05 and counting left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmond lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-0. Kramer brings the play in. He's going to be split out to the right this time. It looks like it is a Bradley to the left of Davenport in shotgun. Parks to his right. 3rd down and long for Ell-Saline. They go right to left on your radio dial. Davenport looks right. He's going right to Kramer. Shoemaker in coverage. And it's going to be Parks catching it inside the 10-yard line. What a great play by Kramer. Shoemaker in coverage.
Davenport, put that right where Parks was the only one to catch that right along the sideline.
Looks like they're going to mark him all the way down at the 3-yard line is where they're going to mark the Ell-Saline Cardinals. Now they really are knocking on the door. 1:45 left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmond lead it 7-0. It is Peterson split out to the left. Davenport in shotgun. There's a snap. Davenport going to follow his blockers, and he's going to be brought down to the backfield. What a great play that time by Ethan Peterson to bring Davenport down at about the 6-yard line.
Ethan Peterson read that play perfectly. Ell-Saline lined up with those 2 running backs right there alongside of Davenport. Peterson shot quickly, catching Davenport by his ankles and wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 5-yard line. Says forward momentum was down at the 5. So 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line here for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. 1:09 and counting left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmond leads 7-0, but Ell-Saline knocking on the door after 2 big passes on 3rd down for Nick Davenport. Puts his team at the 5. It is pistol set for Davenport. 1 man to his right, 1 man behind him. They run it to Bradley up the middle. He's going to be brought down about to the 2-yard line. So 3rd down and goal from about the 2-yard line here for the Ell-Saline Cardinals.
Bradley doing a good job on that one. Kind of waited for his blockers, seen where the hole is opened up, slipped through it, got 2 yards. The Redmond had to get to that bend but don't break mentality and push him back here on this 3rd down play to keep them in a situation where, well, the Ell-Saline Cardinals don't get on the board, but Ell-Saline knocking hard.
Peterson going to be split out to the right. It looks like Buckmaster going to be in coverage. Shotgun set for Davenport. He goes off the right side. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, and touchdown Cardinals.
Well, they lined right back up in that quarterback sneak idea that they got there, and it worked for him. Got the 2 running backs lined up beside Davenport. They shot forward, he shot sideways, and into the end zone Davenport went. The Redmen trying to shoot those gaps there on that one, as that's the way that Davenport's been going. This time Davenport off to the side, and into the end zone he went.
Carrasco in to kick the extra point for Ell-Saline. Low snap, ball is up, and it's blocked! The Redmen block it! That is, and now it's called dead, and now we have a late flag on the play.
I'm not sure what the flag's going to be for.
So we'll see what the flag is all about here.
maybe false start. I'm not sure what this is going to be because that was a live ball technically after a block like that.
Personal foul on the Redmen, so Ell-Saline Cardinals another shot here.
I believe. Well, ball off a block like that for
I don't know.
I think
they saw the flag, so they called it dead.
Called it.
Now we have a timeout called, so we'll take a quick timeout with them as you're listening to Redmen football here on 92.5 KQMA. Eight seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 7-6. After the personal foul on the Redmen, this gives the Ell-Saline Cardinals another shot at the extra point. We'll see what they decide to do, if they decide to go for it or if they're going to try to kick the extra point, because the Redmen blocked the last one. If they can get this 2-point conversion, which is what they're going for, they will be up 8-7 as we head into the fourth quarter. So Davenport lines up in shotgun. He has a man to his left and a man to his right. There it is. Davenport off the right side. He pulls forward, and he's in for two. So Nick Davenport with the touchdown, and now the 2-point conversion, and the Ell-Saline Cardinals go up 8-7. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back with more third quarter action right after this as you're listening to Redmen football on 92. 14.8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 8-7. After the two big third down conversions for the Cardinals, two huge pass plays by Nick Davenport. He caps it off with a 2-yard run and then gets a 2-point conversion to put the Cardinals up 8-7. As it looks like a Roach's kick. Going to go deep. Roach kicks it down to the 20 where Trenton Colby picks it up. Colby hands it off to Benoit. Benoit's got blockers. He's at the 30. Cuts back all the way up to the 32-yard line is where Colby Benoit gets down at. So 1st and 10 with 8 seconds left.
Well, Redmond with that typical handoff there, trying to get back over to the blockers there on the backside. But set up that wall along the sideline. Trenton Colby not able to do so. Had to dance his way up through the middle of the field, able to get some yards off it, but not as many as I'm sure he would have liked. As if he would have got to that wall, he was set up to run down the sideline and get deep into the Cardinal territory.
So they're going to start at their own 33-yard line is where the Redmen will start this drive. 8 seconds left to go in this third quarter. The Ell-Saline Cardinals now lead the Smith Center Redmen 8-7. Griffin Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby, as that is Ethan Peterson, Heston Maxwell, and Colby Benoit. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell still on his feet across the first down marker up to about the 44-yard line.
Maxwell broke out there, stumbling sideways. If he would have been going straight forward, he would have been gone, as he broke through the line of scrimmage, got hit by one defender, made him go sideways, got 10 yards going sideways almost, and another defender came in and hit him. Otherwise, Maxwell had a huge run on that one.
So that's how the third quarter ends. Run by Heston Maxwell to set the Redmen up 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. When we come back at the end of 3, the Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen 8-7. You're listening to Redmen football on 92.5 K. Welcome, Brookville and Ell-Saline High School. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson as we start the fourth quarter, and this is the battle we expected. 8-7, the Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen to start this fourth quarter. The Redmen, the number one team in Class 1A, they're 6-1 on the year. Ell-Saline also 6-1 on the year. As the district championship is on the line here as we start the fourth quarter. The Redmen have it, 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line as they go right to left on your radio dial here in this fourth quarter. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell again. Maxwell right up the middle. He's hit by 3 or 4 Cardinals. Still fights forward up to about the 43-yard line.
Nice pancake block right there in the middle of the field there by Austin Holman. Came off strong, hit his guy, put him into the ground. Able to go over top of him. If Holman would have stayed up, might have been able to get to that secondary and hit a linebacker. But either way, Holman gained a nice hole.
Here's the problem, Robbie. The line judges aren't lined up. So it's second down and about 6 for the Redmen. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Colby Benoit off the right side. He cuts back. He's going to get across the 50, but there is a flag on the play. So probably going to be seeing this one coming back.
As I'm guessing, it's in the realm of holding anyway, so that's what I'm guessing it's going to be. Redmen it's going to be on, though.
Holding on the Redmen, so that'll push him back. 11:21 left to go in this ball game. The Ell-Saline Cardinals lead Redmen 8-7.
Out there trying to get their crowd in. That home field advantage going as pumped up, get some crowd noise going, try to throw off maybe the cadence of this Redmond offense.
Puts the ball back at the 37-yard line for the Redmen. So first down and forever. Looks like second down and 17. As Griffin Kugler is going to be split out to the right. Trayton Peterson goes out to the right with him. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby as that is Peterson, Benoit, and Maxwell. There's a snap, and now we have a flag on a false start on the play. So that pushes the Redmen back even further.
As well, Redmond going in the wrong direction here. Kind of mentioned this in the first half. One penalty can lead to a drive going the wrong way very quickly, and that's exactly what's happened here with the Redmond.
So instead of a second down and 17, now it's second down and 22. With 11:20 left to go in this ball game, the Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen 8-7. Not a whole lot of plays in the old playbook for second down and 22, so we'll see what the Redmen can do here just to try to get some of this yardage back before third down. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap. They hand it off, counter play with Peterson. Peterson to the outside. Another flag on the play. As the flag comes out again here on the play, as Peterson got back to the 39-yard line, but looking like this one's probably going to be pushed back even further.
I seen the ref walking into the middle of the field, signaling the holding call on the Redmen, so it is holding on Redmen. The Redmen definitely going in the wrong direction here. Ethan Peterson got to the side, slammed the ball down out of frustration on this as he seen the flag fly over top of his head.
So, holding on the play, pushes the Redmen back. It was second down and 22. Now it's going to be second down and even longer as there goes the 30-yard line. There goes the 25-yard line all the way back to the 23-yard line. The first down marker is Ell-Saline's 45-yard line.
As well, the Redmond playbook, not a huge playbook for this type of situation.
Second down and 32.
I'd say not a huge playbook for the Redmond here in this situation.
At this point, it's just get some of these yards back before third down. Kugler's going to be split out to the right. It'll be a wishbone set behind Trenton Colby as he goes right to left on your radio dial with 10:30 left to go. Colby back to pass. He's looking. He's going to go deep for Griffin Kugler. Kugler's got it, and it is going to be incomplete pass as Trayton Peterson. Griffin Kugler, they're going to say he had his head turned around. Good defensive coverage that time by Trayton Peterson.
Excellent defensive coverage there by Peterson on that one. Had his head turned, seen where the ball was coming, played it at the top of the peak. Griffin Kugler tried to get up over top of him, but I think Peterson might have had him just by a couple inches, or his fingertips did at least, and knocked that ball to the ground.
So that brings up third down and 32 for the Redmen. 10.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and the in this fourth quarter, and the Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen 8-7. Once again, Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's the snap. They're going to fake it. Now pitch it out to Colby Benoit. He loses it. And it's going to bring up 4th down and very long for the Redmen. Is that ball all the way back at about the 18-yard line?
Well, I'm sure we're going to see Zabel coming out here to punt this ball away.
Yeah, that's probably a good plan.
And hopefully Zabel can get a very good boom into this one and try to flip this field position, as it is going to be a tough one.
4th down and about 37. As Zabel's going to be standing at his own 6-yard line to punt this ball away. No Ell-Saline Cardinals are back to receive a said punt, so if Zabel can get it off, this could be good for the Redmen. Good snap. Booming punt here, spiraling punt. This ball's not coming down anytime soon. It does, though, at the 30. Takes a Redmond bounce to the 25, all the way down to the 21-yard line. Thank you, Logan Zabel, for flipping the field.
Well, good job by the ref, as he had to get out of the way very quickly, as that ball was heading right at him. Just about hit him, and he was able to tuck his gut in and slip right past. That ball would have died. But, and I'm sure he quick, and Coach Sass gives him a pat on the back and says, thank you for flipping that. Now go out there and hit somebody on defense.
Nice job punting. Now go make something happen at your middle linebacker position. 8-7 is our score. These Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen. 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line is what the Ell-Saline Cardinals face. 9:40 left to go in this 4th quarter. And the Ell-Saline Cardinals again lead 8-7. Davenport in shotgun has a man to his left and to his right. Davenport off the right side, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to be brought down across the 25. And see where they spot him down here.
As the Cardinals, they're just using the same play over and over pretty much. They've lined the Davenport up in shotgun. His 2 running backs right beside him, and he's either going straight ahead through the center or he's coming off to the side. The Redmen had to adjust for that because Davenport's a big guy, and he's able to reel off 3 yards just by falling forward.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 here. Davenport in shotgun yet again. There's a snap. Davenport goes off the left side this time. He breaks the first 2 tackles, finally brought down by a couple of Redmen. It looks like over there was Spees and Trenton Colby. Brings up 3rd down here for Ell-Saline.
That, I believe it's his left side running back. False starting there. The timing's just about right. I'm not getting that flag. Starting almost every time as he's moving before.
It is going to bring up 3rd down and 6. 26-yard line, their own 26-yard line. 8.5 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter, and Ell-Saline leads Smith Center 8-7. One man split to the left, one to the right. Davenport's going to pass. He's got Trayton Peterson and overthrows him as Kugler in coverage that time. And nice job by Davenport. He put that where only Trayton Peterson would bring it in.
It was right here along the sideline where Kugler would have had to go over top or through to get that ball. So good job there by Davenport, like you said, to put it where Peterson was the only one that was going to be able to catch that.
8:22 in this ball game. The Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen by 1. It's 8-7. Colby Benoit drops back, stands at his own 40-yard line to receive the punt from Parks. There's a snap. Punt is off. Spiraling punt, and Benoit's going to pick it up at the 30, up at the 40-yard line. He's at the 45, still on his feet at the 50, and gets nice starting field position here.
Across the 50-yard, probably the 52 is where they're going to place it. Good job there. Upstairs.
You mean the...
Which way you go.
But I don't think they count the field that way, though.
It's my new way.
Half the time I'm at a 15-20, so.
They don't have the hash markers out there is my excuse.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. So 1st and 10 for the Redmen at the Cardinal 49-yard line with 8:18 left to go in this ball game. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell bowls his way forward all across the 40. Then we have a late flag. Two flags come in.
Very late flag.
Let's, because that was after Maxwell was already down. He was already close to the first down. What these flags.
One's coming in from the far.
Ell-Saline's moving backwards, so this looks obvious. These two don't really like each other. We've seen that in the past. They're showing it tonight. A couple personal fouls on both teams, it looks like.
Very chippy towards each other.
Personal foul, hitting, or helmet to helmet. So that one not so much, as we don't really like each other. A lot of talk after the play. That one was just went for the tackle, and Works out good for the Redmen.
It really does. I mean, they had a huge one go back on them there on that last one. A helpful play, get some good yards off of it.
So it's going to be first down and 10 for the Redmen. Ball at the Cardinal 40 or at the 24-yard line. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Kugler split out to the right. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Colby Benoit off the right side. He's got a hole still on his feet up to the 20. And he's going to get across the 20 up to about the 19-yard line, maybe the 18, depends on the spot.
Got about 6 yards on that one. So a tough run by Colby Benoit. Got hit at the line of scrimmage, bounced, able to get a couple extra yards on that one to get those 6.
Going to bring up second down and 4 for the Redmen. 7.5 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter, and the Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen 8-7. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Buckmaster split out to the right. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell lowers his shoulder up to the 15-yard line. And it looks like he is going to be just short of that first down marker. It's going to bring up third down and inches for the Redmen.
Maxwell in that one had a nice hole. Looks like if you would have looked to the outside, he might have been able to beat the one defender sitting there between him and the out-of-bounds line, and he would have been off for the races going to the sideline. But went right through the middle like he's supposed to and got some good yards off of it.
So it's going to bring up a third down and inches for the Redmen. Out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. 6:50 left to go in this ball game. Ell-Saline leads 8-7. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Peterson off the left side. He's still on his feet. Breaks the first tackle up to the 10-yard line. Run down. First and 10 for the Redmen. We'll see if it's first and goal or if he's just shy of that 10-yard line.
Peterson, as he's hitting the line of scrimmage.
And let's see. Sorry, Robbie.
Got up there, should have looked to the outside as he had a little bit of gap going to the outside and would have been able to get out there and make something happen.
First and 10 from the 10 as they are just outside the 10-yard line. So we'll call it first and 10 from the 10. There's the handoff to Maxwell. He goes right up the middle across the 10-yard line. He's going to fall forward to about the 8-yard line.
Maxwell found that little hole there to slip through on the second effort. He hit the line of scrimmage, had everybody in front of him. He took a half step back, seen the hole right beside him, and just squirted his head through there and got the 3 yards.
Second down and 7 for the Redmen. 6:08 and counting left to go in this ball game. The Ell-Saline Cardinals lead 8-7. Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone as the Redmen are looking to score here as they're going to hand it off to Colby Benoit. He dives forward, and he's going to be just short of the goal line, down at about the 2-yard line.
Big run there for Benoit. Got a slow handoff. Works out as he kind of likes the slower handoffs instead of just quickly into him and go. Kind of lets him scan things.
Go, Robbie. Third down and a long one for the Redmen. Reese Buckmaster split out to the right. With will be 5.5 minutes and counting left to go in this ball game. 8-7 is our score. The Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen by 1. Trenton Colby walks up to the line, changes the play. He awaits the snap from Montgomery. There's the snap. Trenton, now we have a whistle. Whistle here. See what these whistles are all about.
I don't see any flags on the field.
As the refs talk things over here. Looks like it's on the Redmen. As one of the Redmen apparently was not on the line of scrimmage. Offsides. So either one of the linemen wasn't on or somebody was off. Either way, they didn't line up properly.
Well, I didn't even see the ref throw his flag over there and blend it in perfectly with the grass. I was looking for it all over, and there was no flag there. So, well, ref quickly threw it up and went right to the ground quick.
Here we go, third down and 6 now for the Redmen. Now we have another flag.
This one's going to have a little discussion on who jumped first, whether it was Ell-Saline that caused it or if it was Redmen.
As Holman getting pushed back. Holman not space. They've been in hold long. We'll see what this flag is all about. As this one may push the Redmen all the way back yet again. As right now the ball is at the 8-yard line. It is going to be offsides on Ell-Saline. So let's push it right back to where we started, all the way back down to the 2-yard line.
Well, like I said, it had to come down to discussion on that one because Moss was on that side as well. I'm not sure who it was for Ell-Saline, but they both got into each other. So was it Ell-Saline jump to make Moss move, or did Moss move to make Ell-Saline move? And in that case, it was Ell-Saline to jump first.
So just under 5 minutes left to play in this ball game. Ell-Saline leads 8-7 over Smith Center. It is 3rd and 3 from the 4-yard line. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Colby awaits the snap from Montgomery, and now the Redmen going to get pushed back yet again, because this time I saw that one.
It was on, the whole entire right side of that Redmond line moved.
The backs moved, Trenton Colby moved.
The left side didn't move. So really, you could say that was a play that should have happened because you had everybody moving on the left side, so you had 3 guys that didn't move compared to everybody.
Well, except for the guy that was supposed to move, the one with the ball.
He forgot what he was supposed to do for a second.
Talking some things over here, it looks like. Maybe Ell-Saline jumped first, as they're taking a long time to decide this one with 4:45 left to go.
Make sure you're getting the call right. Here's what the refs are doing, which is a good thing in this game.
Ball start on the Redmen, so that pushes the Redmen back. So they'll retry 3rd down here. Instead of 3rd and 3 from the 4, it's going to move them back to the 10-yard line. So 3rd down and 9 for the Redmen. 4:45 and counting left to go in this ball game. The Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen 8-7. This is about the 4th attempt at this 3rd down.
The Redmen seem to like to have these plays where we just stay on 1 down marker for quite a while. They've done this a couple different times here this season.
Coach Sass wanting an explanation. He's talking to the ref as this has been back and forth. Holman's been in Ell-Saline's face. Ell-Saline's been in Holman's face. He's not happy with how things are going right now. And Coach Sass wanting to talk things over. He wants an explanation from the ref as to, are they saying something to pull my guys off? Something like that, I'm guessing it's the conversation.
Yeah. Are they mimicking the snap count? If they're doing that.
What's upsetting Austin Holman so much? That's the question. And whatever Ell-Saline's doing is what's causing Austin Holman to get set off like that. So here's 3rd down and 9 from the 10. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Colby Benoit off the left side. He's going to fight forward to about the 6-yard line. As Ell-Saline fans going crazy because they think they have the ball, but the ref on this side immediately said that Colby Benoit was down.
And then they're wanting a flag after the play because Ell-Saline picked it up and took off, and I believe it's Buckman hit the guy that picked up the ball and not allow if that was the case.
So it's going to bring up 4th down here for the Redmen. 4:03 left to go in this ball game. The Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen 8-7. Time out of the field. We'll take one football on QMA. Welcome back to Brookville and Ell-Saline High School. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. It's going to be 4th down and about 7 for the Smith Center Redmen. Ball at the Ell-Saline Cardinal 8-yard line. As the Redmen had it all the way down to the 2, then flags kept going back and forth. False starts, offsides. We finally played that 3rd down. The Redmen pick up 2 on it. Brings up 4th down and 7 from the Ell-Saline 8-yard line with 4:01 left to play in this ball game, and Ell-Saline up 8-7.
This is a huge 4th down play for the Redmen. Not sure what they're going to dial up over there. I'm not even going to try to attempt to say what Sass is doing in this situation because I know I'm going to be wrong. I know what I would do in this situation, but I'm up here. I'm not on the field, and Coach Sass will probably call the right play here.
4 minutes left to go in this ball game. Ell-Saline leads 8-7. 4th down and 7 for the Redmen. There's the snap. Trenton Colby back to pass. He's rolling to his right looking. Trenton Colby still looking. He's under pressure. Trenton Colby on the run. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. And it's going to be turnover on downs. And Ell-Saline takes over with 3:53 left to go in this ball game. And it looks like where they're going to spot him down at. Ball going to be 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Trent Colby rolling out, trying to find someone open to pass that to, and no one was open. Good coverage there by Ell-Saline to stop that pass. Redmond tried to just kind of roll that out to extend the play, and if nothing was there, Trent Colby had the option to try to run, but Ell-Saline, good defensive stand.
So 1st and 10 from their own 7. Davenport in shotgun. There's the snap. He comes off the right side. He's got a hole, and he's going to be brought down quickly. What a great play that time by Colby Illinois to bring Nick Davenport down. Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9.
Davenport went to the outside, trying to get outside there to get to his speed, but Colby Illinois able to grab him up by the ankle and just roll with him and bring him down.
3.5 minutes and counting left to go in this ball game. Ell-Saline leads 8-7 over the Smith Center Redmen. 2nd down and 9 for Ell-Saline. Ball at their own 8-yard line. They're going to send Trayton Peterson out to the left. He's going to be picked up over there on the far side by Reese Buckmaster. It is going to be Davenport in shotgun. He's got a man to his left and a man to his right. He awaits the snap from Jennings. There is the snap. Going to pick it up and quickly. He's going to be brought down in the backfield all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. Back time down and
by with 1 on that. Before the ball is snapped, didn't get the call, so they're evidently timing these just about right where the ball starts to move as they start to just enough.
2:45 and counting left to go in this ball game. Ell-Saline leads Smith Center 8-7. One man split out to the left. There's the snap, and now we have a flag on the play.
As that one,
and it is going to be false start on the Ell-Saline Cardinals. So that pushes them back. The ball was at the yard line. Now the ball at their own 4-yard line. So 3rd down and about 14 here for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. 2:36 and counting left to go. Ell-Saline leads by 1, 8-7. So here, Ell-Saline is Davenport standing in the huddle in his own end zone. As it's going to be 3rd down and long here for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. 3rd down and about 13 or 14. There's the play. They're going to go off the left side. Nothing going over there is Austin Hobelman. Going to be in there first. Brings him down at about the 4-yard line. And now the Redmen going to call a timeout. They're going to get the ball back after the punt at about 2 minutes left to go. As Atwood in on the tackle. Along with Spees, I believe, was in there as well. So a whole host of Redmen that time. They read that play perfectly. They were ready for it. No gain on the play. 4th down and 13 after the timeout.
Well, I'm guessing you're going to see Ell-Saline come out here and punt, but I've been wrong before. In this situation, though, that's a smart play. Get the field position, try to flip it around. But your punter been struggling tonight for Ell-Saline.
That is
true. I think his longest punt, tonight's probably about 10 yards. So
he had that his last one was pretty good.
But there through the first half, he was struggling a little bit. So do you trust him in trying to get a good punt off? Are the Redmen going to go after it? It's the next question. The Redmen haven't really went for a block punt this year.
And he's going to be in his own end zone.
I mean, if I was them, I would definitely be going after it. But
why not?
That's exactly
Don't hit the kicker, though. Do not hit the kicker whatsoever.
Unless the ball's still in his hand, do not hit him.
Don't go anywhere. Don't breathe on him. Don't look at him funny. Stay away from him.
I was saying, unless the ball's still in his hand, don't touch him.
So Parks is going to be in his own end zone to punt this ball away. As he's telling people where to stand to try to protect him back there in the end zone. Trenton Colby and Colby Benoit back deep to return the punt. 2:07 left to go in this ball game. Ell-Saline leads Smith Center 8-7. Ball is off, and it's going to be dropped down at the 29, bounces back to the 25-yard line as Joel Montgomery, Robbie, that close.
He went for it, and he went all out as he went up in the air. One of the Cardinal players came in and kind of hit him, knocking him to the ground, but Joel Montgomery within fingertips of knocking that ball down.
Ball at the Cardinal 25-yard line. 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. The Smith Center Redmen have it. Again, 25-yard line. 25 yards to pay dirt for the Redmen as they need to score here. They trail 8-7 with 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Now we have a flag, or a whistle anyway. Oh, it's going to be on Ell-Saline. Maybe they... Timeout. I didn't see the signal. I just saw him waving his signal a timeout. So
I've seen him point, but I'm not sure what he's pointing at.
So 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. Ell-Saline takes a timeout with a lead, 8-7. We'll take a timeout with them as you're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA. Two minutes left to play in this ball game. Smith Center has it 1st and 10 from the Ell-Saline 15. They hand it off. No, Trenton Colby keeps it around the right side. He cuts back middle, and he's going to be brought down at about the 20. So gain of 5 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Smith Center Redmen.
The Redmen don't have to be in a huge hurry here. They got some time to get into the end zone. Yes, they are down, but they're in good field position.
Hurry up offense with Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. 2nd down and 5 for the Redmen. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Heston Maxwell. Maxwell bulls his way forward, close to the 1st down marker up to the 10.
Maxwell on the carry, brought down by Joel Payne.
Let's see if they decide this is a 1st down or not. Ball right at the 10, right at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Redmen.
Well, Maxwell's been the workhorse of the night. Game.
This time, a Kugler split out to, or that's Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby with 1:20 and counting left to go in the ball game. There's a nope, Colby keeps it around to the left side. He's got blockers. He's up to the 5, inside the 5, down to the 4. What a great fake by Trenton Colby that time. And all of a sudden, Trenton Colby got a kick-out block. Ethan Peterson got a seal block, and it was a nice run by Trenton Colby to get all the way up. 1st and goal from the 4.
Trenton take over the game here. Defense is doing work for the Redmen.
1st and goal from the 4. There's a snap from Montgomery. They're going to hand it off to Peterson off the left side. Cuts back middle, still on his feet, dives forward. It's close. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 1 with just under a minute left to play in this ball game. So 2nd down and goal for the Redmen. The ball sniffing the end zone right now as he's down at about the 1. There's a timeout called. Official timeout here. As Peterson with the nice carry ball going to be down at the 1-yard line here. 2nd down and goal as Peterson may have had to go out.
Not sure why Ethan Peterson had to go.
So Peterson comes off the field. 52 seconds of counting left to go in this ball game. The Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen 8-7. The Redmen break the huddle. Kugler split out to the right. It is going to be a wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. It's Colton Shoemaker in for Ethan Peterson. Maxwell and Benoit behind him. Ball at the 1. There's the snap. They hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell dives forward. No signal yet. Still no signal. And they're going to say he's down at the 1-yard line with 30 seconds left to go in the ball game. 3rd down and goal for the Redmen. And now there's a timeout called. Timeout called. We'll take one with them. 25 seconds left to go in this ball game. We'll be back with the thriller of the 4th quarter right after this. You're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA. Welcome back to Brookville. Ell-Saline High School, Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. 8-7 is our score. The Ell-Saline Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen with 25 seconds left to go in this ball game. It is 3rd down and goal from the half-yard line. Here comes the Redmen offense. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. It's Ethan Peterson, Heston Maxwell, and Colby Benoit. 3rd and goal from Montgomery. They're going to hand off to Maxwell. He's across. Touchdown, Redmen! 25 seconds left to go.
As the refs took forever to get in there and call that one. Finally got in there. Cross. Touchdown, Redmen. Down for the Redmen on that one. Maxwell hit that line of scrimmage hard through for 6 points for the Redmen.
The Redmen find the board. 25 seconds left to go in this ball game. They now lead 13-8. As we'll see what the Redmen decide to do here. As a 6-play drive that went 25 yards. As Smith Center got the ball with 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. They now lead 13-8 as Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. That is Peterson, Maxwell, and Benoit. They await the snap from Montgomery. There it is. They're going to hand it off to Peterson. No, Colby keeps it around the left side. He's in for 2. Trenton Colby finds the end zone for 2. And now there's a whistle.
Trenton Colby just walked into that end zone there. As it came to the outside, it had a nice gap there going into it. But I believe maybe a flag, as I don't see any.
As it's going to be personal foul. Face mask on the Cardinals. So 2-point conversion is good. And that'll put the Redmen up 15-8 with 25 seconds left to go in this ball game. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the final 25 seconds right after this as you're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA. Welcome back to Brookville, Ell-Saline High School. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. The Smith Center Redmen find pay dirt. A 1-yard run by Heston Maxwell puts the Redmen up 15-8 with 25 seconds. With the personal foul on Ell-Saline on the 2-point conversion, Sergio Lambert going to be kicking from the 45-yard line. Not his own 45, the Cardinal 45-yard line. So if Sergio can get a nice kick here, try to pin Ell-Saline deep, well, it'll be an interesting 25 seconds. So
I say he could even get a squib kick in here and pin him fairly deep on this one.
So Lambert booms this one deep, and Ell-Saline picks it up at the 1. He's up to the 5. That is going to be, let's see, Parks on the return up to about the 11-yard, or up to 16-yard line. As Kugler brings him down with 20 seconds left to go in this ball game. Prevent defense. Do not let Nick Davenport throw it deep.
Hey,
am I right? Or am I wrong?
Actually, you're extremely right on that one. Back off the wide receivers. Anything in front of you, fine. Anything behind you, you're going to run Monday. So, I say, if I was the coach, I'd be dropping everybody back that I possibly could. Middle linebackers, outside linebackers.
Davenport goes to the far side. He's got his man on the outside. That's Peterson. Peterson's going to be thrown out of bounds by Buckmaster. He does pick up the first down, however. So that's going to stop the clock with 15 seconds left to go. Going to be first down and a 10 from the 27-yard line for Ell-Saline as they go left to right on your radio dial. 15 seconds left to go in this ballgame. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals 15-8. Going to be Peterson to the left. Trips to the right. Davenport in shotgun with a man standing to his right. Davenport is now, there's going to be a whistle. Looks like this might be on Ell-Saline. 14 seconds left to go here.
The refs are talking there.
And now the ref is starting to walk backwards. As it is going to be on the Ell-Saline Cardinals. So instead of 1st and 10 from the 27, it's now 1st and 15 from the 23-24 yard line.
As that helps the Redmen out tremendously, backs up the Cardinals, gives them more, has that all that more field to work with, and the Redmen just have to keep in front.
So Davenport brings them back out here. One man out to the left, trips to the right. Davenport stands in shotgun.
Zabel out there in the middle of the field trying to get the Redmen faithful pumped up here as they need all the help they can get, trying to make sure this snap count gets thrown off a little bit. The ref trying to signal up to the clock keeper of clock keeper above us trying to get some time put back on the clock, it seems like.
It looks like they're going to put 15.8 back on the clock. 15-8 is our score. First down and 15 for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. Ball at their own 23-yard line. Now it's back up to 15.8. Looks like we're ready to go. It is one man split out to the left. That is Trayton Peterson. Trips to the right. Parks stands to the right of Nick Davenport in shotgun. Davenport awaits the snap. There it is. Davenport rolls right. Looks right. Has his man. That's Kane. And he's hit out of bounds.
On this one, Coach Hutch over on the sideline telling his defensive line, pin your ears back, get after him, make him have to move, make him have to throw that ball while he's under pressure. Don't let Davenport have time to set up and throw.
So it's going to bring up second down and 7. Ball at the 31-yard line as Kane brings the play back into the Ell-Saline huddle. 11.3 seconds left to go in this ball game. The Smith Center Redmen lead it 15-8 over the Ell-Saline Cardinals. Kane and Kramer to the right. Peterson and another man over there to the left. Davenport in shotgun. Davenport drops back, looks left, goes left, has Peterson at the first down marker. He's up to the 40, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds across the 40. And it'll bring up first down and 10 for the Ell-Saline Cardinals. So first and 10 with, looks like, 5.3 seconds left? 5.3 left to go in this ball game. The Ell-Saline Cardinals have it. First down and 10 from their own 42-yard line. 15-8 is our score. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick one with them as you're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA. (15-8). The Smith Center Redmen lead the Ell-Saline Cardinals as Ell-Saline led 8-7. Well, we were scoreless after the first quarter. Then the Redmen second quarter. Ell-Saline came out, got on the board in the third quarter, got the 2-point conversion. They went up 8-7 at the end of 3. The Redmen found the end zone with 25 seconds left to go in this ball game to go up 15-8. The Redmen in the prevent defense. It is first and 10 from the Cardinal 42-yard line. Nick Davenport drops back. He's going to go to the right. Has Trayton Peterson. And Peterson's going to be down right at the 50-yard line with 1 second left. Either way, Robbie, there's only 1 second left. There it is. The Redmen are the winners. 15-8. Well, 15-8. Your final. The district champion. There's your ball game, Robbie. 15-8 your final. The Smith Center Redmen come back and win over the Ell-Saline Cardinals. 15-8. The Red District champions. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up from Brookville right after this as you're listening to Redmen 92.5 KQ.